Once again, Disney and Lucasfilm find themselves in a position that's not too common for either studio, aka a lawsuit that they've been hit with that chances are will be settled out of court, and in this instance, I don't know what took so long to get to this point, but let's talk about CG Grand Moff Tarkin and how it might backfire on the big studio. So in case you didn't know, or you forgot, or you got terrible eyesight, yes, Grand Moff Tarkin was in Star Wars Rogue One, played by a actor who was mocapped, and then, instead of using his face, they just CG'd Peter's face on top of him, and there we go, we got Grand Moff Tarkin. It was a very uncanny, but very early in the process of development of de-aging and fully creating digital actors, and it's still a little weird, it hasn't aged well, and it's off-putting, I'll be real with you. So what happened recently is that on September 9th of this year, for a second time, Disney tried to get this whole ordeal and lawsuit tossed out of case, but they failed, again, for a second time. Now, this whole thing goes all the way to the plaintiff, who is Kevin Francis, who is suing Lucasfilm and Disney. And Francis is claiming that he must give authorization to anybody who is going to use Peter's likeness or image because it's an agreement that Peter made before his death at the age of 81 in 1993. Lucasfilm is arguing that since they got Star Wars, got all the licenses, and inherited all that, that they don't need permission from this third party to be able to use Peter's likeness because they own the intellectual property and the characters as part of Star Wars. And since the judge is choosing to dismiss it, they are going to go to court at some future date, unless they decide to settle out of court, which would just mean that Disney is going to either give the man credit and be like, thank you, and update the thing on like Disney Plus and future releases, or they're just going to settle out of court and be like, here's your money, we can add credit, or maybe we don't if you want more money, and there we go. So that's really all this is about, and again, this isn't the first time Disney, Lucasfilm, or anybody in that camp is hit with a massive lawsuit like this. And again, we don't have the evidence that's, obviously going to be provided if and when they go to trial. So then we're going to know more and how this all shakes out, what was in the contract and everything, and if Disney can legally be like, well, we own Star Wars. We can recreate all these things. We can't recreate him. So that's going to be the argument, and we'll know the end result, probably, I'm assuming, if this goes to court within a year. If not, who knows? It could sit in one of these limbos when it comes to court dates and hearings for years, because that's how it goes. But yes, it is a little weird that it's taken this long for him to be like, hey, don't do that. So that might be Disney's whole argument of why they don't think anything was up and that they did nothing wrong. Because it's like, you knew we were going to do this. We put the film out 6 years ago or something? 7 years ago? It's like, you've had time. Why didn't you come forward then? Why is it taking this long to get anywhere?